Hola, and welcome to your Feminine Current podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, and in this space, we talk about all things intuition. We really cultivate a relationship with our intuition, building that self trust, embodying confidence, clarity, strength, and authenticity so that we can create a life that is in alignment with our values and supports us in pursuing our dreams, our goals, our vision, our mission. And I'm so happy to connect with you here today. So, what is the topic for today? We are talking about restoring your self worth and what that looks like. I need to add a disclaimer. I am currently in the process of becoming a licensed marriage and family therapist. However, I am not licensed yet. And this is not therapy. This is not psychotherapy. I am not offering this from that lens. What I am offering is a space for you to reflect on what these dynamics or this experience brings up for you. And you are more than welcome to come see me from a coaching perspective that can help you find clarity and support in this process for you at this time. So, that said, restoring our self worth. What is our relationship to self worth? Is this a question that we really ever take the time to ask ourselves? And is it common to even intentionally, consciously ask ourselves this? So, when we actually take the time to connect with our self worth, it naturally will propel you into this space of asking yourself what your values are. And so that can take time to process and to really clarify what your values are. And oftentimes, when this happens, we are then confronted with our choices, whether it be our job, our career, and or friendships, relationships, perhaps the long-term relationship that you're in. And this will start to awaken parts of you that never really thought about your values in the past. Perhaps maybe you did, though maybe they are really tangibly changing at this time. And our choices relate to our values. And our values are based upon our belief system. What are the beliefs, the core beliefs that we have about the world? And then how do we embody these values that represent these beliefs? So, when we are restoring our self worth, we are going through the process, the natural process of going within and getting quiet, connecting to our intuition, and asking the questions that we need answers to that will help us guide ourselves back to our own center. And it is very possible that you may be uncomfortable in this process and that you may be unhappy or disappointed by some of the choices that you have made, or some of the parts of you that are still stuck in these patterns that do not feel natural to you and represent a struggle. And so restoring our self-worth is a process of awareness. It is a process of being present and creating a space of compassion, empathy with where you're at. We all have made choices. We have all made mistakes, and we've all ended up in situations where perhaps if we were listening to our intuition, we may have not made that choice at that time. Also, trust that we are here to live lessons that help us evolve, that help the soul evolve. And as the human embodying our soul, we are in these dynamics to grow and to help each other. Take a moment and think about relationships that you may have had in the past where you can honestly say that you are changed for the better because you knew them. And even though it was hard, even though it was perhaps very painful and very uncomfortable, disappointing, maybe there was disillusionment, maybe expectations weren't as they appeared to be, there is still wisdom there. There is still this gratitude that we can embody because of those people, because of those relationships, and because of the dynamics and the challenges that we have been through. I will also relate this I will also relate this to the current astrology, which is Neptune going direct in Pisces at the very last degree of the sign of Pisces, with Saturn being in a balsamic phase, meaning they are closing out together a 30-year cycle. And truth is rising to the surface, where we were under a cloud, perhaps, or an illusion of who we thought we were, or these parts of ourselves that were subconsciously driving our choices from a wounded place. And that Neptune going direct is actually removing the veil, removing the illusion of what we're operating from that actually reflects a false self, in order for those lessons, in order for us to rise and to be resilient and to make choices within those challenges. And on the other side of this is wisdom and truth. And when these two planets go into the sign of Aries together in February of when these planets go into Aries together, February 2026, we are then going to tangibly create these new starts. The energy will be very different. And by then you will have realized or felt that you have released these burdens, that you are no longer carrying this karma or this stagnant energy on your shoulders and in your body, and there's trauma to be healed, and you have been working through it. You have experienced the dark night of the soul. You have connected to yourself on a soul level, perhaps having a spiritual awakening, but not really knowing how to do with what to do with it, and how to do this in a practical way. So that's what this space is for, is to help you harness your divine feminine power, to return to your nature and operate from a place of creation, trust, discernment, so that you can go out there and create the thing in a tangible way. So connecting to our intuition and building that trust is the first step. And restoring our self-worth comes with connecting to our intuition, comes with getting quiet and listening and discerning what is actually going on. What is the truth? What is how, or what is the feeling that I'm actually feeling, and what does it relate to? And what are the choices I'm now going to make from this place that I'm operating from my intuition? That in itself, being present and aware with where you're at, is restoring your self-worth. So I celebrate with you this energy, and I welcome you into this space as a way to really connect with who you naturally are in an authentic way, because we are here to recover our nature. And just by being here, you are already connecting with other people, returning to their nature as well, and really creatively self-actualizing your nature and your essence, your value, your beauty, your voice, and whatever that looks like for you. So I welcome you to connect with me. My information is in the description below. I am also leading a workshop on December 13th. It's on Zoom. You can sign up. The information is also below. And this workshop is just that. It's a space for learning how to connect with your intuition, to restore your nature, and to operate from that place in order to embody what is meaningful for you. Who do you want to be? Who are you becoming? And what are you ready to create now in 2026? I also offer one-on-one coaching to really help you get clear about what this is, how to harness that and make that your reality. And you can also find me on Insight Timer, where I offer free meditations and also different courses. And the course that I just released is called Restoring Your Nature. You do have to have a subscription. It's $9.99, I think, per month. I also think there is a free trial. Do not quote me on that. But that would also be a way to start harnessing in and utilizing the resources for you available to embrace and pursue what it means for you to restore your self-worth and to embody connecting to your nature so that you can make choices in alignment with you and who you naturally are. I am sending you oceans of love. I will see you next time and have a beautiful day.